I'm going to do Preachers of LA reunion part 1 and 2. I'm just put both of them together. Sorry about the lighting. This shit is going in and out, going crazy. But everybody, most of the pastors who was there, Pastor Ron, Pastor Jay, Pastor Cheney, and Dietrich was there. Yeah, them was there. Pastor Jones and Pastor McClendon wasn't there. So the other pastors was in their feelings about them not being there, because Dietrich felt like you signed up for the show, you should have been there. Pastor Ron was like, shit, we all had put this on our calendars, and we all made time, so they should have put this in their schedule to make time too. And I'm with that. I feel like, and if you don't show up at the reunion, you fired. Because I feel like you need to address things that happen on the show or whatever for you guys to move on with the next season. So that's why I think they should have been fired. So they bring up this thing about entourages and being paid for their services and all that kind of stuff. Dietrich is still in his feelings towards McClendon, said they never worked things out. That's why I said they should be at the reunion show, and that's how Dietrich was feeling too. So yeah, they had a problem with that, and they talked about the money situation, and Dietrich's whole thing was, you shouldn't knock a church if they don't have the funds or whatever. Some churches just don't have that, and I agree with that. I don't like when you get so big then you can't go to the smaller churches, but that's how most of y'all started out, if y'all didn't start off in y'all home. So I was getting Dietrich when it comes to that part. Pastor Ron tried the shit out of Michelle when he said that her dress, she looked like Elvira in her dress. I was like, you tried it. Like, she looked pretty. She wasn't overly dressed, and she wasn't underdressed. She looked really classy in that black dress. So yeah, he was trying. And I like how Michelle was getting him back together. Every time he would say something smart, she would say something smart. So I was loving that. Like, you ain't going to come for me and me not come back for you. So anyway, they showed about Pastor Ron and how he always rhyming and all that kind of stuff. Then they showed his relationship with Rick Dogg and how he went back to the hood, and you know, he talked to Rick Dogg in season 1, and he said Rick Dogg is doing good. He's basically a success story because he's doing good now. He's working in Compton at his cousin's barbecue. So I thought that was really cool. And he's still trying to get him into church. So like I said, I thought that was really cool. Then they showed a clip of him working in the 2nd season. They showed Pastor Jay with April / David, you know, the transgender that was going through transition or whatever. Then they showed how did he deal with that situation, and he was saying how different pastors have came to him and said he treated that situation well. Pastor Ron kept butting in. Pastor Ron was kind of irritating me this reunion because he kept butting in. Even when a question didn't pertain to him, he would butt in. So, yeah, they were talking about how he did good, and Pastor Ron, I think, was saying how the ministers and pastors and stuff need to be educated more on this situation so they'll know how to handle it in the church. Pastor Cheney was saying people say come as you are, but then when people do come as they are, this is how I feel. This is when people do come as they are, then there's always some kind of judgment. And that goes from what your sexual orientation is, what you have on. I have been to churches where homeless people or people came off the streets that was drunk and come into church and be stealing it, and people have walked them out of the church. I have seen that fucking happen. So, a lot of churches to me don't mean come as you are. It's always some kind of something to say, no, you can't come in here, or they make people feel uncomfortable. I've seen it happen. I'm telling you, I grew up in a church, so I have seen that type of shit happen where people is not really accepting if you're not filling their criteria of what Christ-like is. But yeah, they talked about the wives and assistant executive pastor Maisha, and how he made the decision, and was it a good decision, and he was like, yeah, and he was like, people in the church thought it would be a bad decision because of it was his wife. But he said it was, you know, it was the best decision she made because she knows what she's doing and stuff like that. We talked about Pastor Jay and his wife, Pastor Ron and his wife, and being married so long and all that yada yada stuff. They talked about Pastor Ron and being in Pastor Jones's business about marrying Loretta. Now, I'm sorry. I had a say in that, too. I'm sorry. I'm with Pastor Ron on this one as far as him not marrying Loretta. And they supposedly been together for 16 years. Knowing I've seen him in the magazines with that girl from the X Factor. I've seen him with Lisa Ray. So I don't understand how they've been together. Well, I guess she said on and off. But my thing is like this. You can't be preaching to me that having sex and living in sin and doing all this kind of stuff is a sin when you're doing some of the same things yourself. Can't nobody fucking tell me that he's been messing with Loretta for 16 years and never smashed. Come the fuck on. I'm just not gonna believe that. Never ever ever. You've been together dealing with her for that long and you ain't never smashed. I'm just saying. And they say you're supposed to be married when you have sex. That's what I was taught. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this the new age Christians. I don't get it. But so I was with Pastor Ron on that one. Like, it's not godly. And he was like, they was like, he not ready. And he was like, God is ready. And that's what I mean. Like, if you supposed to be with this lady, why are you lingering her on? Everybody talking about put a ring on it. You shouldn't be waiting for no man. So why it was okay for them to be waiting 16 and a half years to decide where their relationship is going to go? I don't get it. I'm not going to wait 16 months to figure out where dude mine is going to go. Because I'm sitting there like, a dude know if he wants to be with a woman. A woman might be a little skeptical. A dude know if he wants to be with you. Probably even after the first or second date. A dude know if he wants to be with you or if he gonna waste his damn time. So 16 years, not feeling it. Close my door. What? No, get out. I'm so ready for school to start back. I don't even understand. So anyway, Dietrich was telling Pastor Ron, it's not your, why are you all up in a business? You're out of order. And I'm sitting there like, as a pastor, I don't think he's out of order. As a man of God trying to, make sure people stay on the right path and not stray and all that kind of stuff, I don't see what was the problem. But anyway, to each his own. Pastor Ron, at the end of that episode, Pastor Ron and Dietrich, I don't call Dietrich a pastor. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't see it. Maybe he is a pastor. Whatever. But they get into it at the end because they kind of bring up Dietrich's situation with Dominique or with shacking up. That's basically what they brought up. Shacking up. The whole thing of shacking up. And I have an opinion on that too. Like I said, I don't know if this is the new modern age Christian or is this what they say, the church don't conform to the world. They always say the world's supposed to conform to the church, not the other way around. The world are not supposed to conform to, the church not supposed to conform to the world. And I wholeheartedly, now that I'm older, and I agree with that. Like, you shouldn't have to, it's certain things you be like, okay, well, like, as far as, I'm with the whole you can wear pants to church. I'm with that. I'm with the you come dressed comfortable to come to church. I'm with that. As you get older, I do think that women should come dressed in, nice attire, heels or whatever, slacks or whatever it is. You can wear pants, just come in some nice slacks and some heels or dress shoes or whatever it is. So it kind of bothers me the way they were talking about shacking up. I feel like I said, I'm on Pastor Ron's side. Pastor Ron is one of them old school preachers. He grew up traditional, old school, the Bible, yada, yada, yada. Pastor Jay is more of the hip pastor, dance party with his congregation. Let him feel, you know, included kind of pastor, worship like pastor. Pastor Cheney is that can get down to your level type pastor. Pastor Noel Jones is the type of pastor to make you try to sell it. Make you try to seal the spirit up in his church. Who else? McClendon, he seemed like he is more of the worship in the Bible, like kind of mixed with Catholic and Christian. I don't know. It's just something, he weird to me. And I ain't seen Pastor or whatever Dietrich minister at no church. He ministers through songs, so I don't know. But that's what I get from them. So when it comes to Pastor Ron feeling like, no, shacking up is wrong, Dietrich going to question him, talking about it's in the Bible, and Mary and Joseph shacked up, and I'm sitting there like, are you fucking kidding me? I don't know how true it is, because I ain't deep in my Bible like that as far as Mary and Joseph, but I do feel like it's wrong. I feel like he talking about you need to assess the situation. I'm sitting there like, okay, now I've done it. I've lived with people, and we weren't married, but at the same time, was it wrong? I believe so. Might not be like a sin, but you were taught this from a little age. Maybe they like, oh, you were taught wrong. Okay, whatever. But yes, because when you live with somebody, like they said, there's temptations there. And can't nobody fucking tell me that him and Dominique wasn't fucking. Come on now. You had one baby out of wedlock, and then I don't know if you went and made that baby after the first wedding you had at her mama's backyard or something, because I don't know how far along she was when y'all announced it at the second wedding. But something was going on with y'all fucking. And that's why y'all couldn't hurry up and wait to move in with each other and all that kind of stuff. Then you hurried up and moved in with her before the wedding. So y'all can't tell me they wasn't fucking. Nobody can tell me they wasn't fucking. I'm sorry. Dietrich needs to get off his high horse. And he kept feeling attacked. But I'm like, only time you feel like that is if it's hitting home of some truth. And to me, it was hitting home of some truth. That's why he was so fucking mad. Did y'all see how he got up at the end? It's over 100 degrees out here in Vegas. Just trust me. And I got my air on. But, it's tripped me out how he jumped up and threw his jacket and that mic pack flew past Michelle's head. I would have been like, wait, hold up. I'm not as saved and Christian as y'all. If you throw something else this way again, it's going to be on and popping. I'm just saying. So the second part really wasn't that much. It was with the wives. It was boring as hell. I'm just going to put it out there. They could have hurried up and put this in an hour and 15-minute episode when it came to the wives. Because they were boring. Boring as fuck. I'm sorry. They were. I'm trying to find my notes, but it really wasn't nothing with them. Because I'm trying to find it. Oh, here we go. They was basically talking about sex and at the end of that first episode, I told y'all Ron be trying to get a camera time. I don't know, but they thanked Michelle for coming, and then she was like, "Can I be an honorary? Can I come back?" And Pastor Ron was like, "Only if you bring Beyonce with you." I'm sitting there like, "Ain't you married for so many years? Why are you worried about if Beyonce come up in there? Ain't that secular music? Why are you worried about her?" But we'll get into the Beyonce in a minute. The ladies meet up. Everybody is there. I don't understand why Loretta was there. Your man wasn't there. And they ain't your husband. I'm just saying. But they all looked nice or whatever. Some of them. Yeah. Okay. I like Dominique's look. I like her little dress. That was cute. Executive Pastor Maisha, she lost a lot of weight. She looked cute. Her hair was cute. Now, she be tripping me out with her little lingo. She was talking about some turn down for what, some surfboard, I'm sitting there like, see, I told you, they church is the type of person can get down on your level and talk to you, talk to the young people and stuff like that. But, turn down for what, and surfboard, I don't know if I was ready for it. But like I said, they talked about the ladies' tea. They talked about how you deal with women coming on to your husbands. They talked about sex. They talked about judgment on Loretta and Dominique's relationship to their men and stuff like that. Like I said, it was boring as hell. They talked about Maisha and Christy being friends, and how it was hard for Christy to trust people and stuff like that. He talked about the bridal shower and all that kind of stuff, and sex toys, and you know, the wedding and her pregnancy. My whole thing is why nobody called out that pregnancy? No, or is that gonna be on the second season? But nobody called out Dietrich Haddon and that pregnancy and the way they did it and stuff like that. All that congratulations and all that bullshit. I was ready for somebody to pop off and be like, wait a minute, what was up? Was she pregnant? Then ask some goddamn questions. Michelle, I understand you were trying to be cute and ladylike and Christian-like, but if you ain't gonna ask the hard-hitter questions, maybe they need a new host. I'm just saying. But yeah, then the women end up giving their advice on what they would tell other young ladies and all that kind of stuff. Be yourself, love people, paint the town, don't take yourself so serious, stuff like that. So I was like, okay, that's cool. But like I said, the second part could have been intertwined with the first part because it really wasn't nothing with the women. It wasn't nothing explosive. It wasn't nothing juicy. Loretta was still trying to defend her relationship with Bishop Noel Jones, which I'm like, bitch, I'm over it, because I'm not. I'm just not with that whole I'm friends for 16 years shit. Not gonna happen. But y'all tell me what y'all thought about it if you watched it. Make sure you like it, share, comment, all that good stuff. Talk to me, I'll talk to you back. Make sure you follow me. Everything that I do on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google Plus is by The Ghetto View, THA, not THE. I'm hoping Mike B and Squeaky Jones do a Preachers of LA video, but if not, check mine out. I'm just saying, but check them out anyway if they don't, because they probably do some reviews that you do like. Alright, you guys, peace out. Like I said, this once again Preachers of LA Season 1 reunion part 1 and 2. The show come back on August the 20th, so I will be reviewing the show. Alright, peace.